Hello everyone, hope you all are doing great today. On behalf of Join DevOps team, I'm super excited to welcome all of you to today's session, which is DevSecOps with AWS batch 87, and it is going to be conducted by Mr. Raghu. Now let's get started. Today, you're not only attending another tech session, you're stepping into the world of real-time DevOps and security practices used by top companies. By end of this session, you will definitely see what exactly makes Join DevOps the launchpad of real engineering careers. So let's begin. As I already mentioned, so I want to give a brief introduction about a trainer who is Mr. Raghu. He is a senior cloud architect. Speaking about him, he has overall 16 plus years of industrial experience in this field. So he has shaped many students in DevSecOps industry, and he has been worked with many top organizations like JP Morgan, Oracle, Glue, etc. So he has almost trained 6,500 plus students and who has shaped his careers in every form of industrial practices. So the most happiest announcement here is he has been recognized as India's number one live trainer, whether it comes to the number of training sessions he took, which are live, or number of students trained. He has been all topped as number one. So we have been also recognized by top news outlets, which are Outlook, Ment, Deccan Chronicle. So it's the happiest announcement which I shared with you guys. So, coming to DevSecOps or Join DevOps, it's not only about the trainer, or it's not only about the training which are going to be held. It's about a community of people who is going to be as a backbone of the complete process. So here, well, speaking about it, we are a team of which is named as Super Ops. It's a community all together where people from different sides, the alumni or the current working people, commute, coordinate, and collaborate as a team and help each other. In the past, we already had a session that is in person of Super Ops event, which was grand success, and we have collaborated as a team. We have shared lots of knowledge with each other. It was super exciting, and the people who are going to be the part of the community will also experience these types of summits in future. So while coming to the part to speak more about the team, we have Raghu, who is going to be with you guys from the start to the end, which is from the beginning of the session to the end of the course. He is going to be your mentor, guide, and trainer for all of you, who is going to be the expert trainer, and he is going to be the part of communication. And not only that, we have a dedicated HR job assistant, and Sandeep is the HR talent expert of Join DevOps. So whether it comes to the job assistance or any kind of like the steps from the time of your completion of the course to the job landing, he will be the bridge between that. He will help you to with the ATS score, resumes, or whether it is job assistance, how you get placed, everything will be handled by the HR team. So he provide personalized assistance to each one of you, whether it comes to the resume building or like increasing the ATS scores, ensuring everyone the success. So the most important part here is the ATS resume score. So, and the ATS resumes. So people get trained in the DevOps, but the important part which we miss out is the resumes, which are going to be filtered by the HR through the application tracking system. So here what happens is there is a criteria that we need to meet at least 85% of the ATS score by the hiring partners who are going to like filter our resumes based on this score. So the complete assistance of this process, the building of the ATS resumes with the proper score, everything will be handled carefully for each one of you, and Sandeep will be the bridge, and you can contact him. He will be the part who will be handling this part, whether it comes to the templates, whether it comes to building the resumes. He will be the one who will be helping you all to get build your ATS resumes handy. And the next, we have collaborated with different HR partners, hiring partners, job referrals. People can easily get placed into different jobs using these like communities. The hiring partners or job referrals, whichever are there, many people in real time got placed with this help. So the most happiest announcement is we have trained almost 9,000 plus students with 85 successful batches, and the key highlight here is a student of Join DevOps got placed with 1.95 CR of highest CDC in a Hong Kong based company. And people, whoever get placed through Join DevOps, the average package of each one, the average package of the students get placed by the Join DevOps is 15 LPA, which is the CTC. So it's like a great announcement. Then next, people get confused. Moreover, after completion of this DevSecOps training, there will be a lot of doubts, like what is my career choice, what is the scope outside. But right here, we have a clear picture, like not only in the field of DevOps you can enter, but there are categories of opportunities which will lay off while applying to the jobs. So you can apply in the field of DevSecOps, DevOps engineer, or site reliability engineer. You can also apply for the jobs of cloud engineer. You can apply for the jobs of automation engineer, as a Kubernetes administrator, or ISC specialist, which is infrastructure as a code specialist. Anyone with these criterias can get placed with completion of the Join DevOps course. So it's not only stick to one particular area, the job criteria, but we have a lot of opportunities which will be shown after completion of this complete Join DevSecOps course. So, while speaking about the course highlights, I wanted to highlight one thing, that we are going to provide 120 plus hours of live training, and this will be completely based on real time projects. From the beginning, we will not only be focused on the theoretical part, but everything will be project based. So, you will not mind much difference in the real time or in the course practice. So, while speaking to that, it's same replica of what you work in real time. Like here, while practicing, we practice in different environments as we work in the real time. Like the environments will be dev, QA, production, the same as in the industry. So you'll never feel the difference of working in a real time or while practicing in the codes. So the key highlight here is we have lifetime access of recording. And to mention the benefit of it, I am also a part of Join DevOps. I am also a student of Raghu, who has been benefited by this, because in real time, whenever I get stuck, I got access to this lifetime access recordings. So I go through those part and I easily tackle with the problem which I face. So this has been helped me a lot. This lifetime access recording is like the best part. Then we have mock interviews. Like, see, after the completion of this course, people get afraid of appearing to the interviews. So this confusion will be very much taken care of. Like the mock interviews will be in place, so the people can practice and assess themselves through this help. And we have already, as I mentioned, Sandeep will be helping you out with the whole HR job assistance procedure. In this meanwhile, like ATS resume preparation, whether it comes to the score or templates or anything, the application apply of jobs, everything will be taken care. So next we have exclusive job portal, which I am going to show the job portal, how the UI is, how you can apply, how it is categorized, and how it will help us. Once you complete the course, you can directly go to the Join DevOps job portal and you can apply for the jobs. And you will get notified. We also have a WhatsApp group where the community posts day to very updated jobs from everyday basis or weekly basis. So it will help you a lot while applying to the jobs in easy procedure. You instead of going to LinkedIn applying jobs, you can easily refer this. And coming to the support, so it's not only about the learning or the material which you have 8 hours of QA support window. Whether you are stuck at some point or whether you have any queries, you can join the QA support channel and you can get your doubts clarified. It's not only limited to a stipulated window, that is the course window, but it will be available for you for the lifetime. So wherever you're stuck, whether it is the day which you're practicing, whether it is the way you have been a lag, so anything in the whole process, you can go and you can join the community QA and you can ask your doubts and your doubts will be clarified. The next, the most important part is mentorship sessions. So once the technical part is completed, in this mentorship sessions, you will be molded with the training of how you can go and appear the interviews confidently, like whether it comes to the interview preparation, real-time interview questions, or whether it comes to the preparation of resume, Naukri building, LinkedIn building, whatever it is. We have mentorship dedicated sessions for each one of this category, like how to update your profile, how to highlight, how to even write vlogs, and how to like every aspect of like applying jobs. And the difference between like once you get ready with the content, once you get prepared, after that for applying jobs, whatever the gap between that, like to prepare your interview and create the resumes, get ready with your Naukri profile, LinkedIn profile, everything will be covered in the process of mentorship sessions. So it is completely dedicated for this part. The next, people mostly face issue while they travel or while they are at office to check the videos or to access the videos. So that's why we have launched a great application which will help you to tackle this problem, that you can download this Join DevOps like app in your mobile, and you can access anytime, whether you're traveling. It is easily accessible, and you can schedule your trainings at your comfort. And you can download this app in Android as of now, but in future we'll definitely extend it to iOS and other platforms. So it is one of the key benefit where you can like easily access your like Join DevOps trainings. So next, we have 1 week of free sessions, which is going to be started from 3rd of November, which is tomorrow, and the sessions will be from Monday to Friday, which is morning 7:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. So you can join the sessions using the same link which you used for joining the session today, and the sessions will be beginning right from tomorrow. So while coming to the part of course overview, so we have a week of free demo sessions, as I mentioned, and this free access will be available for everyone. And you can join the same link, to mention it again to remain. And from the day 5 onwards, you will get to start working on the real project. So it's will be very like the big from the beginning. It will be completely project oriented, so you can pick up the project, you can work on it till the end. It's very much similar to the real time work which we do in our industry. There will be no gap, like what in real time work you will be doing and what you will be learning here will be pretty much similar. You'll be very comfortable once you join the job after completion. So that's the reason we have kept it project oriented. So then next, right after the completion of 2 months of super solid course, then you'll get started with the HR guidance, which is mock interviews. So mock interviews will be timely scheduled for people. You can reach out to the HR, and the team will schedule your mock interviews. And the resume preparation, whether it comes to the ATS score or some other kind of job assistance, it will be picked up from the month of 2. Then next, after the completion of real time project, after 3.5 months, which is the complete course, you will be exposed to the complete course. You will have good hands on experience. Then you can easily apply for the jobs. And the part here is you have lifetime recorded classes and access to in the QA support. So anytime wherever you are stuck in the job, or once you get landed into the job, you get any queries, you can also access the QA support. And you have already been the part of the community, so you can take help of the community to tackle any kind of situation. So the key highlight here is after your completion of the course, based on the criteria stipulated requirement, you will be handed over with the certificates, the completion certificates or the internship certificates. Those will be provided to the students who have completed this course. So you can showcase this as well in your portfolio or LinkedIn profile. So this will add on a great advantage to you guys. Then, before showing you the job portal, I wanted to highlight that we have a dedicated WhatsApp community for this batch. So you can scan quickly through your mobile and join the community. I'll allow you 2 minutes. You can just join the community. I hope everyone use this particular slide to join the community, WhatsApp community, where you'll get all the updates regarding the batch, whether it comes to the sessions, whether it comes to the timings, or whether it comes to the any kind of announcement. You will be easily notified through WhatsApp. So please join, and people who already joined, please ignore. I hope everyone joined. Let me quickly show the job portal, which I was mentioning during the complete explanation. So here we have a dedicated Join DevOps portal for the job openings. So you can come here, and once after the completion of the course, you can easily uh, search for the skills or the criteria which I have mentioned, like DevOps engineer, a DevSecOps engineer, fresher, a DevOps lead, or whether it comes to any other criteria. You can just simply search, and you can search for the skills which you hold, whether it is Kubernetes administrator, infrastructure as a code analyst, or something, and you can use the preferred location, and you can search based on your requirement. And you have new openings based on recent openings. You'll get notified here. See, all the latest jobs are listed out here with the proper job description. You can pick this up and you can apply, and this will be very helpful. Like, instead of going through LinkedIn, Naukri, and applying, you can come here and filter out, and the categories, job type and post, and the location and the radius, you can keep it to the location stipulated or the area stipulated. Then you can easily apply, start applying the jobs, which is very convenient. So you can use this portal. I hope every one of you have joined this community. So let me quickly hand over to the trainer, Mr. Raghu, to take it forward and to explain the complete course and how it's going to be. Yeah, Raghu, you can take it over.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, allow me to share the screen.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Hey, hello everyone. Very good morning. So I think thanks, Kitty, for the quick round of introduction about the uh, benefits that we offer as a part of this particular training. So now let's get on to the technical discussion about what is this course about and in detail, like what you're going to learn. And before starting, and also just allow me maybe the next 30-35 minutes to complete the uh, introduction that what we wanted to offer, like as basically like we wanted to drive you through so that it will help you in answering most of your questions. However, if you have any questions at the end of the session, we will discuss thoroughly about them. Okay. So I think it's already been some time. So let's get it started. So today's agenda, so to keep it simple, to align everyone, by the way, so most of you, I'm sure that you have done some background work to understand what is DevOps, but however, so just to give you connect the dots in our own way. So the today's agenda is going to start with, how this DevOps has been started and before DevOps, and what are the things that you're going to learn in this particular training we're going to have at the end, as mentioned. So it's going to be Q&A. And yeah, so let's get started. So once again, very warm welcome to everyone. So myself is Raghu. Whoever have not uh, interacted with me, maybe. So myself is having 16 years of experience in the industry. I'm been teaching this particular trainings from past 14 years on different tech stacks, by the way. So most of the time it's engineering roles. Uh, I have been training engineering tools and trainings. So majorly focusing on last 10 years onto the complete DevOps, by the way. So I work for an organization, so which is a leading digital bank in India. And so which is marked as the world's first ranking in terms of application, by the way. It ranks number one in digital banking when it comes to only the applications when it comes to the banking sector, by the way. Okay, so I work in the platform on that particular area, so delivering the excellence to the company. Okay. So I'm hoping that experience really matters when it comes to the delivery. So that's where we are just trying to highlight the enterprise experience, because the lot of things that you learn in the training versus when you come into the organization, very very small things will make you caught in the interviews. By the way, so we will make sure so such black holes doesn't exist when you actually trying to deliver the content. Okay, so that's where that experience comes as a very important one. And when it comes to the jobs, right? So now let's say every one of us is definitely aspiring about getting some job, right? Whenever we want to get a job, so someone is actually offering a job, and that means that someone is actually working, doing some business which relates to some market, right? Now that means where are we getting the jobs? By the way, we are getting the jobs in a area which is called as software development lifecycle. In the software development lifecycle, there are different people who is working, right? So uh, not only the product development, which we our focus is majorly into the product development, but there are other areas as well. So for an example, you go for core development, like the companies like Broadcom, or you name Intel, okay, or Nvidia, so who actually majorly work on the hardware as well. So they have their own software development as well. And also there are software developments which are um, exclusively, or not software development, I would say, like there are markets, I can say, which still you gives you the jobs in the IT, especially maybe uh, like a BPO sector or something like that. And also you have a telecom sector as well, okay, which again they work on the core. So there are different areas, by the way, but our major focus, even in the software development lifecycle, which at least my strength of training when I'm delivering, or the area of the role, if you look in the DevOps, by the way, so the majorly these comes from the area which is the web-based applications. So that means the applications which you are trying to access over the a browser or the mobile app is typically falls under the same criteria, which is a web-based applications. And these web-based applications not started today. So what we're talking about, something is not new. Okay, it just been evolved, and now it is being known to many people. Okay, this is something started very way long back. And if you look at the Wikipedia, so when the web applications has been started, so it tells you, so sometime in late 90s or mid 90s, I would say. So these web-based applications are available. So especially with the Hotmail, Amazon coming in, eBay coming in, okay, Yahoo coming in. So these are all started mostly in the mid 90s. Okay, and from that time, okay, so the web-based experience has been started, and especially when Google take over, uh, Google take or started their own way of so dealing with the interface on the browser. So then it's a game changer. And early 2000s, it's actually getting into a very huge trend, by the way. And these are the web-based applications. So today, still the business is running with the web-based applications. Now, you just imagine that not only that, by the way. So we are in a way that we are getting into a world where we do the web-based applications. Our companies are doing the web-based applications. So which is I can bring in an example, Microsoft 3 Windows 365, I can say. So I'm just typing, just a second, you'll see. Yeah. So you can see this. See, previously we think that the desktop is also very important. That means like the software development even on the web, on the desktop side also is a quite critical. But actually it is being decoupled a lot, and even the operating system itself is coming in the browser. So which itself is Microsoft 365 introduced in last year. So they are going to give you a desktop just on the browser. So Microsoft, you name any product, it is already shipped onto the browser, which is whether it is a Microsoft Windows or Microsoft Office, and even they have some business solutions as well. Okay, so any of the things, so its web is a kind of leader in that area. And why you are talking about that is because we are looking towards the business where we get the major revenue, and that is the web-based applications. Now, when these web-based applications are developed, and these are nothing new, okay, what we're talking is not new. It's there from quite 30 years of time. And how these applications were used to be developed earlier. Okay, so earlier these applications will be developed using monolith applications. So when we talk about monolith applications, so it's a big piece that is used to develop the software, and whereas that big piece comes with its own challenges. That means one piece stopped working, the other pieces also, it will bring the whole estate down, okay, or the whole application down. So that is the problem. Okay, so to address that problem, slowly the development people have started adopting the microservices, and it is mostly running on the microservices. Now these microservices, whatever we talk, see, monolith is in one big piece, and that is being cut into small pieces, and you are using a small piece. Okay, so this is the typically, like, many industries transform this way. Okay, for an example, in India we talk about this also, right? So how banking evolved. Now when the banking started, like, 40 50 years back, especially, at least to the knowledge I have, the banking was started with the retail outlets. You go to a bank, okay, and there's a person who comes for you and tells what all you want and address your problems. Okay, so that is the design actually the bank started. It's a monolith solution. Okay, that means one person will do everything. So you want any loan, you want some transaction to be done, all those things, one person sit along with you and do that. This is a banking history we're talking. Now slowly they can't scale with that. Okay, so that means the queue is actually getting more and more. Then how they addressed, by the way, is they started splitting the things. Okay, you want to do a bank transaction, you go to some counter one. You want some loans, you go to the counter two. Okay, like this they started, segmenting the things, right, for easy operations. Here also it is the same thing, by the way. So the monolith is a big application. So once it has a problem, the debug time and all takes longer time, and all fixing longer time and all. So that's where they started looking into the microservices. The microservices is going to help you in, in keeping its own service running as efficient. While other services is down, still this can work. Okay, for an example, again, let's take the bank example, because I'm picking bank because I think most of you might be familiar, right? So when you are actually trying to log into a web or mobile application, okay, so for an example, if a transaction service is down behind the scene, microservice is down, so but still you can log in, still you can perform, a statement generation, still you can perform, applying some loans. Okay, so other products you can still be able to access, whereas the one, it is still down. So you actually bring the application availability to the maximum possible when you come to the microservices. So that is the reason. Okay, so the development was pushing towards the microservices than the monolith, by the way. So today a lot of industry still runs with monolith, by the way. That doesn't mean that everyone moved here. Okay, there is significant amount of enterprise organizations still runs on monolith. That's okay. They also matured in a way. Um, they also matured in a way that, so the problems can be solved better as well. Okay, but it doesn't matter to us. But why I'm telling this history is a very important aspect that I wanted to bring in for you to understand. The next thing is the microservices at scale. Now imagine that you're talking about microservices, you're talking about one or two services or hundreds of services. And that's where I'm bringing in some screenshots from the internet, okay, which is telling that how many microservices that well-known applications that we use, let's say Netflix. Netflix tells that 1,000 microservices they have. And the next is Twitter is telling they're having critical 1,200 microservices. The Uber is telling they have some 2,200 critical services to run their operation or to run their business, by the way. Now imagine, the app is very simple for you when you're actually using it, whether it is a mobile app or whether it is a whether it is a mobile app or whether it is a browser-based, web URL you're using. Okay. So, but imagine behind the scene, those are quite big things. And also look at the clusters people are talking. Like there is an Mercedes Bench talking in one of the presentation that they were having some 900 Kubernetes clusters they are having. So which of the things are massive? So imagine the massiveness. That's what this whole training is actually focused majorly on. Things that we can do at a scale is very important rather than doing the something on the simple hello world programs. Okay, so coming to the scale, by the way, so there should be some sort of a methodologies that we need to follow to build a massive scale. So you can't actually apply the same experience that you build a 1 floor building versus a 50-floor building you're building, right? So your experience massively differs, by the way. Your knowledge massively differs there. Okay, so you need to have certain things, certain approaches in order to achieve this, right? And that is where, okay, a well-known project methodologies, software development methodologies comes into picture. The well-known are a waterfall model and agile model. This is mostly to the PMO I mean PMO understanding, but PMO work, by the way, project management work. But still, um, let's understand something, that what is waterfall model and what is agile model. Now, waterfall model directly translates to your monolith, and agile directly translates to your microservices. Okay, in waterfall model, what I used to do is I gather the requirements, and then I go for a design those particular things and get them implemented, developed, and do a testing and getting into the maintenance maintenance to use it, by the way. This is a very quite for top-down model, okay, and which is a very happy days, by the way, I would say. Okay, so because you used to have a enough amount of time, so 6 months, 9 months only, you used to get a patches for the applications. Until then, just done the regular operations. So these are the different teams which is involved in that. For an example, there is a gathering of a requirements, by the way, business analysts will do. There's a BA roles, architects will be there, okay, who design the products, and developers will be there who develop the things and hand it over to QA to test the applications, right? And after that, we are having a different teams to run we're talking about web-based application. So the web-based means you're accessing the server with the www dot something. That means that that URL will go and hit some server. So some application in that particular server. So that's where you get a middleware team and OS team. So OS is going to power the server and middleware team is going to run the application. These two teams will be there. And this team, these applications will have some database. Okay, DBA will come into picture, databases, DBA team. And DBA team requires some storage to store the data, like massive amount of terabytes, petabytes of data. So the storage team comes into picture to maintain the storage. And the data is also very important to store them in the backup. So backups will come into picture. And all these devices are interconnected within the network of a data center. The data center and network team comes into picture. And along with this, there's a security teams also which is involved. I haven't involved all the security verticals, by the way. So, but at least the AppSec and InfoSec will be generally there. So to release an application, you're actually allowing the application coming from the outside world. You need to make sure that this application is so secure that no intruders can, get into the system. So you have to look into all the security aspects of the things. And also you'll be having a NOC teams, GOC teams, like these are, operation centers, by the way, network operation center, some people will call, or, global operation center, some people will call, and the people, analysts will work there. Okay, L1 support, things like that. Okay, so there'll be big screens, like, people continuously monitoring what's going on, any issues around the applications. Okay, so these are the different teams that is involved. Now, this is where the DevOps actually process will come into picture, as a role also comes into the evolution on this particular one. Why? Because these different teams has been replaced by engineers rather than the traditional operations. And those engineers follow certain practices of agile, which is DevOps practices. And this role has been evolved from there, which is a DevOps engineer. And the DevOps engineer is going to take care of many of the things and includes the AppSec and InfoSec. So he becomes a DevSecOps engineer. So that means uh, naturally, like, so as a part of industrial evolution, so there's a cloud that is coming into picture. Now, a lot of offerings will come directly from the cloud. As a DevOps engineer, so you need to manage the cloud and manage the application running in the cloud. And if you're adding some security also to you to that, or you're dealing with the security as well, you become a DevSecOps engineer. And a very general, common, uh, natural thing that we have in the in the market right now, any two friends is actually discussing around the tea, around the table. Okay, any two colleagues are talking. It's all about AI, right? So you need to understand that uh, so it's a part of evolution, by the way. So and and AI to touch the engineering roles, that has to be the last one. Okay, because the AI itself to run, you require engineers to run. Okay, so it can't run its own system. Okay, you still need engineers. Okay, that's where you have to understand. Okay, so when you look at the when we talked about operations replacing the DevOps, by the way, right, just now we talked about the operations is replaced by engineers, and the DevOps process roles comes into picture. Now security also has been concerned. Okay, so because rather than just running without a security, you add some protection to your application. So the DevSecOps is the current trend going on too much. And if AI is coming in, I mean, in a way that you run those particular services, maybe like you will also be called as so DevSec MLOps. Um, I mean MLOps. Okay, it's all about machine learning and so dealing with the operations of the AI-based application. So end of the day, it's an application. It needs to be run on the system. Okay, and it require engineers to do that. But the way it transforms, right? So the operations was in some shape, DevOps becomes in some shape, DevSecOps comes in another shape, right? It just, I mean, this is just a common funny example to understand. Okay, but you need to understand it's natural. Okay, the way always changes. So when I started a role as an engineer, the tools and the tech stack and the way I'm executing, I mean, I have an experience of build out a server. I started with a consulting company as my career. I used to charge, or we used to charge a customer 40 hours for building a server. Okay, 40 hours means literally a week, 5 days I work only just build out a server. So today Amazon building out a server is just happening in a minute, by the way, right? There's a significant amount of transformation happened there. Okay, so like that, there are other aspects which will get significant attention in the terms of the regular work which you do always will get transformed into another form, and you need to adopt that form and move on. Okay, so we can even go ahead and ask like any GPT also. Okay, so about okay, so why the DevOps is the last thing to, okay, I just searched before the session itself to get you the answer. So why is AI is not replacing DevOps engineers? So AI today, at least to an extent, it has replaced many people, especially the content creators, right? So the document-based content creators or image-based content creators are at little threat, right? So because they are at that maturity, now they have to transform in a way. I don't know how they'll transform because I'm not that expert for them to comment, because I don't know much experience on that, but at least I'm seeing that, right? So now operations, in order to hit, by the way, so why it is the last thing, maybe it's not the thing to touch in a way, by the way, it is because so we work on highly contextual. Okay, because the programs, they will work on the existing data. If a new error comes in, okay, a new complexity comes in, they'll not be able to solve your problems. Anytime, actually, if you're searching in GPT and you're getting the response, it's already happened somewhere and it has a data that got trained. If it is something new happening, it will not be able to help you. Okay, I'm not sure how much you have used, but if you are using it continuously, and many times we left GPTs and we entered into a proper Google search and again started searching. At least, I mean, using these GPTs in day on day out is a part of the job as well. Okay, so I'm also no exception to that, because I mean certain things is narrowly searchable and gives the information. I'm getting the information much faster rather than browsing 10 websites, reading sometimes spending an hour. Probably here 5 minutes reading should give me the answer sometimes, no doubt in that. But at the same time, so this failed to answer, I ended up spending 1 hour as well many times. Okay, so that is how so it's highly contextual. Okay, so it needs context. And also another thing is um, you can consider, like so security, compliance, governance also. I mean, like the operations that we perform is basically as a part of DevOps engineer. um, it's not it's not completely automatable. Even the security itself is not completely automatable. Okay, that's again is a security practice again by core. Okay. And generally, like, so if you look at the overall, I don't have a problem that, AI will kill me. AI can only better me. Okay, that is the only feeling as of today, at least for few more years, we are hoping, by the way, and nothing too much bother. Yes, it, it changes the way it works. Okay, no doubt in that. And also at the same time, so while the things are going on like this, so there are trends in the market still being anticipating. Okay, so the DevOps market for the DevOps market is being expected. Okay, so to grow, by the way. Okay, so some of the blips from the internet again. But yeah, whatever it is, let's get on to the um, our roles and responsibilities. I mean, this is the introduction. Okay, so how this DevOps came, and so how are we going to fit in our day-to-day today's trend in the market. Okay, so even with the AI thing. So now let's come to the ground and let's talk about what are we going to do here. So here I'm going to deal with the managing the infrastructure. So which is I mentioned as a cloud. So I mean as a cloud, and release of the applications we are going to do. Okay. And anywhere if there is a gap in something or some regular process is happening again and again, so we'll try to automate that particular effort. And security is our one of the aspects. So these are the four major roles, four pillars for us, our day-to-day work actually involves. And for this to perform, what are the things that you are going to learn? Okay, so that is where the next thing comes into picture. This is our training, syllabus of our training. So we already talked about that we are going to run some application on the servers, and in the server world, Linux is so famous, we'll learn Linux. And like I'm mentioning, our training is completely based on the project. That means you're literally going to work in a company for 4 months in a project. Here also you'll do the same thing, but there'll be some learning curve. Okay, so I mean 4 months in a company also there should be a learning curve, but this is a steep learning curve because you're doing the things from the starting. That's it. Okay, so you will not feel like completely like a training model. So you will see that so there's always a backlog and there's always a problem. We solve that particular uh, problems with the solutions that you're going to learn with the tools and all. So first we're going to talk about is, okay, so and shell scripting, Ansible and Terraform. So this is all about automating your project in the first V1 version kind of a thing. Okay, now it has its own, and after completing this one, so we will try to revisit whether did we really solve our problems. Okay, and then we look for some other improvements. So that's where the modern development about Kubernetes and all. So we'll learn all those particular things. And after that, okay, this is all about infra setup, by the way. And after that, our role is telling, so the CI/CD, managing the infra, and after that, CI/CD. So this is where the CI/CD will try to do. Okay, and automation, by the way, so you will have automation and so the scripting actually should be part of this, but there's a reason that we decoupled it and we're doing it later. So we'll come to that again. So then once your application is running, so you need to make sure your application is working well, by the way. Okay, very well, by the way. So you need to, we need to run a lot of load. In fact, actually, in the training, so this is how it happens. I'll take the mind map from one of the recent batch. So this is what we'll do. Okay, we'll put a lot of load onto the system. Okay, and we will try to touch the systems, by the way. So it's not like CI/CD is basically on a standalone environment. I'll do a CI/CD. Okay, I will go for a live environment. On the live environment where all my metrics is being collected. Okay, so different sources we collect the metrics. Okay, and these particular load is happening that time we go and touch the system, and we'll make sure we fall to the zero errors, by the way. So if you see this trend, by the way, so we started with the no errors, and here also no errors. We do the improvement continuously of different reasons. On the right side, the reasons will be mentioned. That's okay. And in the session you'll see practically, and then while you go continuously you start seeing some errors. Okay, and again we'll do so many things, by the way, and we will come to the errors coming to the finally to the zero. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, and we are not going to, okay, so just do like that. So we're going to rely on different sources, different aspects we're going to monitor. Okay, so that's where the CI/CD is not that simple CI/CD. Okay, uh, in a way, we will try to do the CI/CD during the live operations of a system, and you will see the difference by the way. And while in order to achieve what is going on well, not going well, you have monitoring in place. And for automation, it's completely on AWS. So throughout your session, day in, day out, it's going to be Amazon Web Services. Maybe, okay, that's where it is mentioned. And at the last, we are going to have the security of different aspects, like network security will consider code security, application security, infra security. So we have different tools, different approaches, different patterns, all those particular things. So we'll try to have a look there. Okay, so with this particular quick content, ideally, uh, you can be able to achieve, try to target for a DevOps engineer, DevSecOps engineer, SRE engineers, platform engineering, cloud engineering roles, application engineering roles, any of the engineering roles around the software development, you should be able to, apply with this particular knowledge. So that comes to the end of the technical things that I wanted to cover. Just the last few points, which was already covered by Kirti in the starting. So we'll be having a Slack group for any questions that you have. So you can do a communication over the Slack. And we also have a we also have a lab query sessions every day, 8 hours. There is a lab session every day afternoon, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. There will be a lab session continuously. If you have any questions during your practice and all, you can always come by and join the session and clear up your questions, and you can leave. Okay, so and you can share your screen. The live sessions, actually you'll not be able to share your screen. Okay, we'll not be able to see your practice, by the way, because there we have certain syllabus to cover or the content to deliver. So we can't actually go in that model, but it's lab sessions is going to be a completely workshop model. Okay, you can share your screen. Okay, we'll ask you what all you have done, so I mean, we'll troubleshoot the things. And also there is something that you'll get a customized lab setup. That's okay, nothing much to mention. So that's going to be on the AWS anyhow. When we start, we'll come to know. And it is going to be a big project that we're going to cover in the training. It's not going to be a small project. So as I already mentioned, so your microservices are massive scale. We're talking about hundreds only. Okay, and so for such hundreds of applications, and what you have seen is a very small applications. Maybe the user base is more, but the business is less. Netflix business is what Netflix business is. Netflix business is very, very small business. They have only a content, by the way. That's it, right? What is Uber's business? They have very small business. They have only the cab service. That's it. Okay. So, but you just imagine the businesses who are actually having more and more businesses. You go to a bank, they'll have 100 products to sell, by the way. This is massive. Okay, so that's where, okay, so the big projects are very important. You need to understand, like, the things out there and the big organizations are, quite big. At least you need to be ready with that bigness. Okay, suddenly, you'll not get a surprise when you join the organization. Okay, we're making your mind, okay, that making you to ready for what is going to face when you actually join the organization, right? And the videos, which is the lifetime access, and the revision prep sessions, which is already mentioned by Kirti. Okay, so fine. And so that's all from my side. And if you have any questions, feel free to raise your hand. In Zoom, you'll find out an option to raise a hand. And one small correction, when it was given in the starting, um, it was 7:30 a.m. is what mentioned, but it's not 7:30 a.m. It's a 7 a.m. by the way. 7 to 8:30 is the time. There is a slight it's my mistake that I did not convert it properly. So it's going to be 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. 1.5 hour every day. Okay. So if you have any questions, just raise your hand. Wait for your turn. I'll come to you. I'll ask. I'll take up your question. So just wait for a few minutes. Okay. All right. Yes, Soumya. I'm unable to hear you. Okay, moving on. Yes, Ram. Unable to hear you, Ram. Check your mic settings.
Hello.
Yes.
So I'll just tell you, I am from a non-IT background. I was working around 4.5 years to 5 years in this non-IT field. So I'm looking to transition into IT. So I don't have any prior experience in IT. I don't have any coding knowledge or anything as such. So is it really possible for me as a guy like from non-IT can do this? And if it's possible within 4 months, is it really gonna work for me? So just want to get this.
I can tell two things, by the way. There are a lot of people who have done that. Okay. So you are
Okay.
not, it's not like you can't be able to do it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but however, there is certain things involved, right? So when you're actually competing with a person which is having already some knowledge, okay, then how do you compete is with extra time, right? Extra
Yeah.
effort, extra time. So you, as long as you're able to commit to that, maybe let's not 4 months, let it take 6, 7 months. What is there? As long as you're reaching and progressing, we'll
Mm-hmm.
be able to achieve it, right? But that is very important, which your commitment is very important, and rest everything will take care. It's not a big deal.
Okay. And so adding to that, like people nowadays are moving towards Azure. So we are still focusing on AWS. So can you help me out, like which I have to choose?
See, people are moving to the Azure. It's like a, see, you can put this way. Do you really seen any people going to Azure?
Like I don't have any preference or colleagues.
So yeah, that's where you have internet, right? You start reading the internet. Okay, see, your friend also have seen. Okay, again, it's all subject to correction, right? So let's start reading the real data. Okay,
Okay.
now let's say there's a competition in the market. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
Amazon is there, but it's not like everyone going to, I mean, Azure, right?
Yeah.
It can't be true, by the way. Over the night, it's not like, it's not like I'm renting a house that over the night I'll shift. It's highly impossible. Okay. So
Yeah.
shifting the things. So only while some people are transforming, okay, to the cloud, by the way, now they have to choose certain things. And in that area where Microsoft has a lot of prominence with the customers, I mean, a lot of customer base, with other products, by the way, they're able to convince better than Amazon is agreeable point. Okay. So no doubt in that, but still look at the market numbers, by the way. Okay, so which public cloud is widely used? So start reading the data, and then you will understand the things. So no doubt in that, Amazon is the winner. Okay, how many things they will try to do, by the way. So crossing Amazon will take years of effort, by the way, because
Okay.
Amazon is massive. Okay, it's not that
Okay.
easy to cross the Amazon for Microsoft itself. Okay, but still they're doing very well. Comparing the last few years, they have done the very good job. Okay, no doubt in that. But there's a lot of interest also in Microsoft Azure. Okay, I didn't doubt. Okay, I hear complaints from my colleagues who works on other projects. I work in a consulting firm, so where
Okay.
we work with different firms, different clients, by the way, where we hear a Microsoft service is how pathetic the service is, by the way, right?
Okay.
So a lot of people actually going for that who looks for the cost, not looks for the value as well. Okay, there are two ways of it, right? So
Mm-hmm.
even in regular day-to-day activities also, there are people like I, as a person, by the way, now I have less money, I'll go and buy less budget car. If I have more money, I look for comfort and quality, right?
Right.
So who have more money definitely look for the quality. Such people end up with AWS. And whereas who want to save some amount in different terms of the business, by the way, so they can still look for Azure because Azure is giving very good discounts, by the way, on their offerings than Amazon. No doubt in that. So that is a different area. But you look like, so 100 jobs are there. okay, in the market, which is open with the cloud kind of a thing, 60 will be taken by Amazon. Okay, no doubt in that. At least more than 50 is Amazon. Now the
Okay.
remaining all people has to be under the remaining number. Okay, not only me, you can go and do your work also. I just shown something from my side,
Hmm.
which I know. I could be wrong also, right? Because I also deal with the knowledge which I know only. My
Right.
boundaries also, I mean, my knowledge also didn't cross my boundaries what I'm looking. There may be a different world living altogether, right? So in that way, you do your groundwork, okay, but
Yeah.
both are competing in the market. So that's where we have been doing that. At least last 2 years we are doing trainings for both, by the way. It depends
Okay.
upon the person's interest they can go with. So but still, when we look at the numbers also, so here if I get 10 members, there I get 2 3 members only. That itself translates me, how it is market is moving.
Okay. Great. So I think that's all. The last one question is like regarding the coding area. So what do you want to suggest for us? Like I don't have any coding knowledge, like not Java, not Python, or not C++, anything. So this is my last question. So yeah, that's all.
So see any if you any time written a English essay, that itself is a coding only. But you written in a context of some subject of explaining it, right? Now coding is also the same thing. You know what to do, okay, and you will tell to the system, okay, you execute in this order, okay. Now that means like I'll tell one funny example. Don't take me wrong. Which if any person want to make a washing machine, he should know how to wash the clothes,
Right.
right? So that is the automation, by the way. So scripting is or anything, by the way, is a very small thing. 90-95% of the effort can is not the automation part, by the way. So the left side domain knowledge is very important to make the right side automation efficient, by the way. Okay. So as long as you like gain the context, learn the context, and you know what to do, it's going to be I mean now with the tools that you have, by the way, with a lot of, I mean, see how this AI can help you. Let's say there is a GPT, how it can help you. Unless you type in a question, it won't come to your home, knock your door and help you, right?
Right.
You have to open it, you have to tell the problem, and you know the problem, you know the ways of how to solve it now, right?
Yeah.
So for you it is actually even faster way of learning. Okay, earlier maybe like you get an error, you tried 100 ways, you spend 50 hours, okay, you wait for another person who have a knowledge. But today that problem is also not solved, by the way. So you can immediately ask a person who is your best companion is GPTs. You can learn from them. Okay, but don't rely on them. There is a two different things. You tell
Yeah.
that you give me so and so program, by the way. That's not the way you should do it. Okay, I had done this, I got this particular problem, what is the solution? That is the mature way of using the GPTs for learning, by the way.
Got it. Yeah.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, Raghu.
Not able to hear you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Actually, these days many are expecting multi-cloud from clients, or I can say recruiters. So, how can we sustain with only one cloud?
So in order to learn two, by the way, first you should start with one, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a simple answer. So, and also there are two ways of looking at it, by the way. So there are companies who is recruiting for consulting purpose. There are people who is recruiting for product-based purpose. The product-based companies, you go back and do a research again. The product-based companies will not ask you very specifically multi-cloud, by the way. They can ask you any cloud generally, or else specifically what they want, they can ask you. Okay, because none of the products can go ahead and work with multi-cloud. That itself is a big complexity, by the way. It's all just YouTube fancy things, by the way. So none of the industries that, to my knowledge, I know is not is going to run massively with two different clouds together, by the way. There are companies who are actually doing certain things on some cloud, certain things on some cloud. That is all acceptable. Okay, but whereas the other sector which is there, which is a consulting firms. Okay, we talked about product based. They always work on one thing most of the time. But whereas there are other type of jobs that you get, it is a consulting firm, like you take a TCS, Accenture, or something like that. So they recruit you, okay, and they will find a project. Okay, now to put you in a project, okay, you're in a, let's say, bench, by the way, to put you in a project is very important for them. So now if you have multi-knowledge kind of a thing, they'll put you in one of the program, one of the client, by the way, immediately. So for that kind of a people, you will learn for that. Okay. Now coming to the question that you asked, multi-cloud, yes, learning is always a good thing, no doubt in that. Okay. So you start with one and you go ahead and learn the other one. It's okay.
Okay, and there is a lot of us going on like Kafka, Grafana, and everything. Like, how many tools you will be covering in this one?
So there's a Kafka alternative is there, which is the parent of all the MQs, which is RabbitMQ is there as a part of the project. Okay, once you
Okay,
understand one queue system, so there's another queue system only, right? So it's just the features difference. And the second thing is, what is the second one you asked?
Grafana.
Grafana is there as a part of our syllabus.
Okay,
Both are there, whatever you ask, but a tool is different for Kafka. A MQ is there for this particular project.
okay. And like Jenkins and all the tools will be covered.
Yeah, Jenkins, actually, we deprecated the Jenkins because, I mean, um, as a follower, like, so I follow this particular website called as roadmap.sh. Okay. So here they give you different roadmaps, right? So as a part of this DevOps, see, for me, the problem is I know something. Let's say I'm using Jenkins in my project, and I'm imagining the whole world is running with Jenkins. That is the problem, right? So today's world. And now you also come and ask Jenkins, how did you came to Jenkins? Can I know how you came to know the Jenkins?
Like my friends, through my friends.
Right. So your friends. Now the friends you are working is working on the Jenkins. That doesn't mean the whole world is working with Jenkins, correct? Agree?
Agree.
Right. So that's where we need data. Okay. Now to attain that particular data, communities are very important. Okay. So now this roadmap.sh is actually, okay, a big community. If you see the community, like, 40,000 people are part of this community. It ranks the 6th place in the GitHub, by the way. Okay. In terms of ranking. And these people, okay, is going to keep roadmaps for different purpose. And in this one, there is a DevOps roadmap is also there. So now if you go there, okay, so the Jenkins is quite bit deprecated here. Okay, so that's where, so these guys are telling, okay, according to our understanding, now rather than taking 2-3 people opinion, they take the 1,000 people opinion there, and they deprecated this tool. Okay, so as a secondary option. So whereas a GitLab CI or Circle CI or GitHub Actions is the more trending in the market right now, is what they're telling, and that's where. Okay, so we also flipped from so Jenkins to GitHub Actions in the CI, by the way. But if you're really looking for it as well, so I mean, we can share you the previous batch videos where we covered the Jenkins. It's not a big
Okay, and I have been into cybersecurity also. Like,
deal.
if I want to go to DevSecOps engineer, like up to how much extent you are teaching in this batch?
No, you already have a security context. All you need is just the DevOps even. So then you become you have the security context around your operations. So I mean, you can become the DevSecOps engineer.
Okay, like security side, how many tools are you covering?
Security side, so we are having these. Where is So here are the four verticals we are covering as a part of security, by the way. So which is going to be a network security. Network comes from a different different aspects in the network security itself, which is a perimeter firewall, perimeter security, and the network segmentation security we talk about, and the application. Network itself we are talking, right? So which is one is perimeter security, and the other one is the segmentation security, and the third one is micro segmentation security we are going to cover. So these tools to translate, by the way, one is Istio for micro segmentation, and VPC for network segment security, and as well as the network segment firewall as well, and the perimeter security with VPC. Okay, so with the cloud things we'll cover here. And the code security comes into picture. So the code security is going to be covered with again a couple of tools. When it comes to the code securities, the SAST SCA will come into picture. So that with the check marks, by the way. And after that, we are going to have Trivy as a tool and the code quality from SonarQube. will come into picture. And comes to the application security, so we are going to scan again with the Trivy with the application security, and container image security also will come into picture, again that with Trivy. And coming to the infrastructure security, we are going to deal with OS security that comes with Amazon service, which is come on, I'm forgetting the names. So Amazon Inspector will use to go for the OS level security, infra security for VSE vulnerabilities mostly. So this one, and also there is one more thing which is I don't know where to keep it. I think I'll keep it under the core security only. So we'll go for Artifactory proxy, by the way. So for not downloading the packages from the internet, we'll get it from directly from the Artifactory rather than from the internet. So those are the contexts you'll get it here.
Okay. And what will be the placement support? This is only training based institute, or are you also providing any placement support?
So we do that as well. So that is already given the context at the starting of the training. So I'll suggest you to go to, if you missed in the starting part of the session, please watch the video again once you get it. But
Okay.
it is part of it.
Okay.
But as a cyber security, what part you are working on? Which ops or which part you are working?
Talk.
SOC.
Yeah.
So you work on Splunk or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're working as an analyst only, right? So that
Analyst,
means you get incident and you report it.
Yeah. Just I'm trying to upskill it, into cloud security.
Yeah, engineering role is completely different. What you're doing, by the way, you're doing is just a bot kind of a work, right? One alert comes, you will look for some context around it, and you ask for the so-and-so person why this is coming in. I'm hoping that is the work you do, right?
Yeah.
So, but there's no value that you add it to there that can be done in a better way. We work on the shift left approaches. You'll see in the training that how it can be bettered actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other thing?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Hey Raghu, can you hear me?
Yeah.
This is regarding the big project, what we do in the program. And then
Yeah.
what type of problems we solve. If you have any line diagram instance, so please send me that one also.
So this anyhow we'll try to do it from the scratch. See, sending a diagram will not be able to gain the context again. So that requires a lot of context for you to understand these diagrams. Okay. So you will go through that in the training anyhow.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I understood your question then.
Yeah. What type of problems we solve in this program?
We'll share anyhow. Once you cross the path, right, you will be able to easily understand. So we'll have it in the first week of the session only, the problems.
Okay. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Raghu. I am recently I was a developer. Now I've been moved to a triage kind of engineering. So like it's something like it's a 50-50 part. We work in the development phase as well as we work on shared incident issues. Work on tools like Datadog and Elk to trace out what happened and go to the code base and check who are we looking. So this is the thing I'm working on this. So now I'm planning for upskilling into DevOps, like CI/CD monitoring. So what will be the switch will be like? Will I be considered as experienced kind of person or?
Yeah, you should be. You should be, because the project will give you the context and you can always go back and tell the same thing.
Okay. Yeah. And another thing is like similar. Now I'm working in a product-based company. And if you're providing some placement assistance, right? Will there be any product-based companies around the line or?
Yeah, that depends on the subject availability, right? So generally,
Okay.
yeah, we had both.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah. Thanks, Raghu. Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi, Raghu. This is Soumya.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm from non-IT background.
Hmm.
So, I have a question that is this course suitable for people who are already working in IT field and want to upgrade their career, or can a non-IT person also learn it?
So we have designed this course to start from scratch, by the way. Any person who is coming from outside also should be
Mm,
able to learn it. And as someone was already asked and I addressed,
mm,
and you may be having a bit more gap than the person coming from an IT experience. So
mm.
that you need to fill with a lot of practice and asking more
Okay.
questions, as simple as that.
Okay, and after completing this course, can we join as a fresher or experienced?
You can go even with an experience of 3 to 4 years experience because we take the project to that extent, by the way.
Okay, since we are working on a project and we don't have the basic or theoretical knowledge of this course, can we learn it?
No, it's not like that. So the project always comes, it gives the problem, and then we address the learning, the basics,
Mm,
the theory and all, and then we'll go and address the problem of the. It's like learn all the things doing one project at the ending. We come with the project at the starting, so you'll know the problem. While you know
mm.
the problem, your context of learning the solution is much efficient than you're just learning for the sake of learning, right? That's the only difference we wanted to make. Okay.
Okay.
So I know the problem. I know what I'm
Mm,
learning. It is easy for understanding, relational, right?
mm.
That's the thing we're solving with the project at the start.
So the duration of this project is for 3 months, right? 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, the whole training is around the project only.
Acha. Okay, okay. Okay, thank you, Raghu.
Yeah.
Uh, Hey, hi Raghu. Good morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Raghu, so currently I'm working in AWS only. So so my question is so previously I was working on the Windows platform where we were working on AWS.
Hmm.
So I have the touch on AWS, but the thing is, as of now, my project is moving on to the Kubernetes. Okay,
Hmm.
that is Linux based. So we are completely migrating to Kubernetes and also the in-depth, like the complete DevOps projects, which we are getting to our company. So, 5 months before, from past 5 months, we are just normally working as just we are working on the physical servers as we still did not get the project. So in another 3 to 4 months, we'll be getting those new projects. So my question is as of now, I don't have not much knowledge on Linux. So I hardly have around 20% of knowledge on Linux. So here will I be learning the complete Linux and also Kubernetes and along with the deep knowledge on AWS or something.
Yeah. Before answering the question, since you're coming from a Windows, so do you know 100% Windows?
Yes, yeah, I work on the PowerShell scriptings. Yeah, as of now, we are working on the migrations to 2025 core Windows core servers.
That means you know 100% of the Windows. I'm
Uh,
again
I mean,
asking.
I mean, 100% no, yeah, but at
So that
least
means each and
70
every
to
app.
75% I can tell. Yeah.
So that means if I open Regedit, you know 70% of the options in Regedit by hand.
Yeah, because most of the things on the Regedit will be working on the GPO levels and everything.
So at least Regedit, I'm hoping there is a million entries.
Yeah, there are many, but most of the on a daily basis, whatever we work, yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Now you have the answer, by the way. So why are you looking Linux to have 100%? So Windows, I'm sure that any one of the Windows world by the persons, by the way, whoever makes Windows also will not have the 100% context of the Windows. There are wide variety of the segments in that, right?
Yeah,
But
very.
however, we should efficiently know about what we need to do. Linux also the same thing. So you're running the operations of the Windows, you will also run the operations on Linux, and you will learn what you need to learn. 100% of Linux and Windows is never completing, is not going to be completable. And if you complete also, you not bring the value out of it as well. There's always a ROI, right? So return on investment. I invest like, let's say 1 year in learning the whole Windows. What is the value I get it, by the way? So do you think that value, anything you can get it by going outside? No, right?
No.
So that's where we always need to focus on that ROI aspect as well. Okay, at least I learned this way of ROI. By the way, when I invest some time, I expect some return in some format, right? Either a value when I'm working, whether a value when I'm talking. Okay, so I look for outcome. Okay, so that's where you just Linux also you generally focus on what we need to learn. We'll for sure learn about it, no doubt in that. Okay, and it's a journey, right? So when you know how to start doing the things, by the way, so majority part you already knew, and when something is not aware, you always start learning or
Digging.
looking for the
Yeah.
information, digging for the information, right? Same thing, it is applicable here also. And when it comes to the Kubernetes, so if you look at the
Okay.
project roadmap, by the way, currently, so the project roadmap is starting with the containers, and all the next everything is going to happen on the containers only. And the previous
Okay.
screenshots, whatever I have shown, everything, so these are all coming from the containers only, either from the logs of the containers or the metrics of the containers. These are all containers. Okay, min, max, and min. Okay, so these are all coming from there only. So request limits is all Kubernetes language only.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So it will be Kubernetes heavy training. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Raghu. Yeah, I mean, and because the why I asked is because I have only limited knowledge on Linux, so still I'm picking it
It's
up.
okay.
So I can parallelly, I mean, take up this training and I can still deep dive, right? So that's
Yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And Raghu, this one, the training will be only in the mornings, or like it will be in evenings as well if we want to.
Only in mornings.
Only in mornings. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sure, Raghu. Thank you.
All right. Yeah.
Hi, Raghu.
Yeah.
This is Navin here. Morning. So
Yeah.
my question is related to accessibility to the program over next 1 year will be only to Raghu's lessons or all in Join DevOps.
It's going to be my sessions.
We do have Siva's lessons also, right? So will that be possible for
That
us?
will, you just check with the organizer about it. I am not the right person to discuss on that.
Okay, but we have accessibility only to Raghu's sessions.
Correct. Yeah.
And also the practical sessions you're going to cover, right? For entire of your program will be daily, will have a lab, or how is it?
Daily. Yeah. 7 days a week, unless there is a festival kind of a thing. So it is going to be 7 days a week. Every day, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Along with your AWS account, we have to do.
Your AWS account.
Yeah, my
Your own,
AWS.
yeah, your own AWS account.
Okay, but I have a question like, if you're working already and especially like if you know development and operations, so this is like you're moving towards DevOps, which is also known as like, your process of automating the development and deployment and maintenance and testing of the code. So do you think this will be useful for person who are already working in production support?
Ideally, yes, by the way, because I mean, production support, you're always been taking and deploying the things in a way, right?
Correct.
And you will know what is happening on the other side of the world, and also that translates to some improvement on the role which you are doing. Right, definitely.
So which could be added advantages of this DevOps? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Of course, but see, as a production support, we are getting very less calls in the job industry, right? So this, if you added in a resume, this could be weightage for us in Giant DevOps. We'll get some jobs outside of the country.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
See, everything translates to, see, my way of looking the things is different, by the way. Okay. So now let's say whether opportunity comes or not, I will make sure I prepared for it. Okay. And when the opportunity comes, like let's say, I mean, a lot of people does this way of way of applying or way of looking at the things, we will look for 100 options. Okay, fail in 100. Okay, versus there are people who actually, apply only for one, and if are appearing there for one, that job has to be theirs. By the way, that means what I'm telling is rather than applying for every interview with the basic knowledge, but you prepare very well, shift left approach. You prepare very well, and you go for an interview. That job has to be yours. Okay, so now let's say, let's take your word by the way. So jobs are less, but you didn't told the jobs are zero, correct? At least that
Correct.
means you heard something, there is some opening, either in the company we are working or somewhere your friends are working. At least there are, at least out of 100, one opening is there, right? But now if you need to compete in that one, by the way, so you have to be the first of the 100 people who is coming in there, right? So that only comes with the preparation and attaining the knowledge as much as possible. So I think I extended the answer, by the way. The simple answer is yes, we will help you. At the same time, even though we helped you, by the way, you're not able to take the help, we can't help you.
Got you.
That means your preparation is very important as a crucial here as a first step. We come in the next level only. So first level is always yourself things. And we need your major help on that for us also to help you better.
I do agree with you, Raghu.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, ideally in organizations, they are going with Gen I for this, right? For a DevOps role also. Now they are using, maybe you explained in that, right? In the last, along with DevOps, you have machine learning, Gen I as added into this. One of your recordings I
Naveen,
saw.
is simple. Yeah, do you
Yeah.
think as of today, your PE support can be replaced by Gen AI or any AI?
Not possible. Not
Same answer
possible.
here also, right? It's not okay. People are just been selling it in a different way. You need to understand it improves your life. Okay, it is not going to replace your life.
But ideally, see, for suppose 10 people are doing, so now 3 can do it.
Let it be. You have to be as a part of 3, right? I don't want to be
Correct.
part of 7. I want to be part of 3. That's I'm telling daily learning as part of your role only, or it is your minimum responsibility. Okay, so daily you're taking a bath. Okay, that is your minimum social responsibility. Who is asking if you're not bathing? You're doing it for your purpose only, right?
Agree.
Your health only. No one is asking you that, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it
I
is
know
your
the
self
answer.
responsibility. Yeah. We need to. A lot of people actually, not doing this. That's the concern. Whoever doing the daily learning something. Okay, there are a lot of communities in the market. By the way, in every city there is a communities. Okay, there's a Kubernetes communities. There's a Python community. There's a development communities. Okay, so you go ahead and cloud communities are there. Every week there will be alternate. Every week there will be some gathering. By the way, you go listen what people are talking. Okay, that what people are actually doing on the other side. Okay, how the market is going on. These things will help you in learning the things much better way. You'll not get everything over through GPT also. So you have to go through, face things, talk to people. Okay, so and overall the outcome will be better, not like just one thing. Okay.
Agree, Raghu. But only my concern is like, is this really like DevOps is really having evolved jobs in the market in the next 5 years? I'm not sure. That's where I was asking you.
Mhm. It's there. It's there. Don't worry on that. So at least,
Yeah.
I mean, where I'm working, I have at least like let's say 100 plus PE support people. Okay, so of different applications, by the way. So, but we are being empowering them that you should not log into the server to do the operation. You need to come out of the server and do it. Okay, you need to make a change. By the way, you need to run through the pipeline. Okay, we've been educating them. At least I've been doing this exercise for the organization I'm currently consulting. So I'm doing this exercise that so you have to change your way of. There are some people who didn't like it and left also. I don't want all this and all. Okay, there are people who that's not the people I want to take as an example. There are
Correct.
people who even actually so who is a person who is actually his son is doing his doctor, he's studying doctor, by the way. That person actually performs very well out of 50 years experience. I mean 50 years old, by the way. He is writing the code better than anyone out of that 100 people. It's all about interest, right?
Correct.
Interest, the area of I want to improve, I want to show. It's all depends, by the way. But yeah, it's okay. See, overall this course, at least for you, I can strongly benefit. It will benefit you.
Okay.
Okay, in the current organization, even you move on to the other organization.
Yeah, I don't want to extend the conversation with you. One last thing is like, as I started my career as a Java developer, and then I moved into WebSphere, Tomcat. As you said, desktop to web app applications. Now it is mobile applications. So I seen Tomcat, WebSphere deployments and Java deployments. Now it's a CI/CD pipelines, which is new to me. So that's
Yeah,
it. So what I am thinking, like, I don't worry about the jobs or anything initially. What I was thinking, I did some Java application, which is a desktop based, and we seen the web applications of servlets, GSPs, and now we are evolving into, like, where the world is, everything is moving into cloud, and we have to know CI/CD pipelines.
right.
Otherwise, there is no existence for us, right?
Yeah,
That's where I was trying to learn this, but yeah,
yeah.
just
You're
correct
too
me.
late, by the way. You would have done
I'm
it couple
late.
of years back
I'm
because you're in the
late.
very right path. You
Yeah,
could have benefited from it.
you were right, actually. I'm late.
Yeah.
That's where I was asking question like, am I
Mhm.
late?
Yeah, you're late.
Yeah.
Not too late again.
Yeah.
Never the late. That's okay, but still, yeah. So, I mean, as you told also that, I mean, WebSphere, WebLogic things are still there in the market. Those are not gone, right? So if you look
It's
at the
there. It's there. It is
it's
still there.
there.
It is still there. I'm
Yeah,
supporting those applications, WebSphere
yeah,
already.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
But however,
on-prem,
even those
on-prem is there.
also,
Yeah.
uh-huh. Those also, I mean, where I am working, by the way, even though the WebLogic or WebSphere exists, we run everything through code only. Okay, not like typically go to the admin console of WebLogic or WebSphere. You do, download one WAR file, upload one WAR file.
No, that is
So,
not there.
so those were automating as much as possible. This is the way of operating now. That's the
Mm.
difference. Yeah. Sorry, you're saying on-prem.
Yeah. See, while we were in on-prem, we were doing all this kind of scenarios, right? Now everything is moving to cloud and private to public. So see, our organization went into private and then to public. So
Mhm.
then again in public again multiple clouds, right? Now Azure and everything, GCP.
Right.
So right now it's like you are somewhere in, now we are in somewhere. So that's where I wanted to fill that gap.
Yeah. So on-premise will not go away because a lot of people started realizing the cost which is going to come on the cloud as well. So suddenly thinking like, I mean, at least because I work in a consulting firm, I just hear from ears from different people. That's the only thing. And so there are people who are even talking like, so do we really need it? And are we really getting the benefit out of it? The cost we spend and, so I'm damn very small bank in India, by the way. So we end up paying some 230 crores of annual, I mean, amount to just the cloud, just to the cloud, apart from the, on-prem we had, which is a massive amount. Mine is a very, you put like last top 20 banks also, I'll not fall in 20 also. That much small, right?
Okay.
So in India itself. So that's where, okay, cost is something, okay, but also we are looking at the value as well, right? So, but I mean, I'm looking, I mean, let's say the business people are looking, okay, the cost is fine, but are we really getting the value out of it? How many downtimes that we had when we run the operations with the on-prem people, now with the cloud people, how much it is happening, right? So there is a comparison and they're living with that. That is, you look at the value, cloud is fine. But if you look at the cost and certain aspects that where you can't move in, some of the core operations we can't move into the cloud. So that's you still with the on-prem. But irrespective of the way, I mean, let to summarize this by the way, irrespective of where you work on, as long as you apply the principles, right? So you can do the work better. It's as simple as that. Whether it's the DevOps principles you have, when you try to adopt even in the on-prem, you get the better outcome only. It's not like only for the cloud that you get a better outcome.
Yeah, we still have that on-prem because
Mm.
the best example is recent AWS outage, right? It is
That is
resulted like
there. On-prem also you'll have, by the way. Like 4 months back, I had a DNS outage is the worst outage that you ever imagine, by
see,
the way.
yeah, correct.
Right? So like at least 7-8 years back, Facebook had the DNS outage. How the DNS outage is, by the way, is now let's say there is a DNS core service went down, by the way. So none of the servers are having a DNS issue or DNS resolution is not happening. Now what you do, by the way, someone has to get into the data center to fix that particular server down or whatever it is that they have to make it up. Now the damn problem is they can't even swipe in, by the way. The swipe in request also go via the same DNS server. It's never reaching. See, DNS problems are the nasty problems. You have to deal with it. Okay. So I had, I mean, my personal experience is our DNS server went down, Microsoft-based DNS went down for 4 hours for some sort of a patching, by the way. So the whole estate is down. What will run without DNS?
Okay. Yeah.
It's a nasty one. You can't avoid that. See, there is an improvement that they can make it. So it's not like either cloud will do the mistake, on-prem will do the mistake. So you have to learn from the mistakes and move on. And I think it's okay. right? Last year or this year only, Microsoft had a very huge outage
Correct.
where even a lot of airplanes, even like a lot of end users, endpoint services went down, right?
Yeah, recently.
This all will be there. It's not like we can't blame them. It's somewhere the learning to them as well.
Of course, that is where they need us.
Yeah, correct. No AI.
Correct.
Okay. Awesome.
Thanks, Raghu. Yeah, nice talking to you.
So we covered this health charts also here.
Yes.
Yeah, hi Raghu, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Health charts in Kubernetes.
Oh, 1 second, Joseph. Yes, with it. Correct.
So because okay.
Yes, Joseph.
Yeah, I was working as an automation test engineer in one of the companies. So my question is how this DevOps course will help my career and so how it will boost my career. So that's what I would like to know.
Oh, there are two things that you can do the things. So one, you can still be a QA that you want to know the full, like, you may be relying on the engineering people that, so to help out certain things, by the way. So which you can talk better. I want to know what's happening on the other side of the world. So you can learn and be a QA. Or else you are as a part of the SDLC, like, so the engineering team is just the next team to you. So you want to get onto that area and you want to work out of your interest. In that way also it is helpful. So I would like to ask, like, what is your interest in looking for this?
Yeah, I would like to just I'm very fascinated to learn how the deployments has been going on. So I would like to know how the CI/CD integration, how the code deployments will be happening in the around. So in my day-to-day task, so I will be writing the code and I'll be writing the request for GitHub, so integrating with Jenkins and we are running the code. But I would like to know how this code has been running in the production environment.
Yeah.
That's
You'll learn those things in here. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was. So, and there are like QA engineers are, there are very getting very less resources in every company due to this AI involvement. So learning DevOps will be in a safeguard for me. So,
I have a different opinion. Sorry for that. But QA people, to my knowledge, they are not actually evolving well or learning the things as per the market needs. Is a crunch in the market right now. So the QA is a crunch, to my knowledge, is a market because they're not up to mark what they're looking for, what people are looking for. That is the
yeah.
reality, is what my understanding. Subject to correction, again, where
Yeah, even though if you learn to how to automate the web applications and different types of tools, the market itself has different types of demand. Like if we learn Selenium, they are asking Cypress. If you learn Cypress, they are asking something.
yeah,
And
that will be there.
if we learn functional testing, they are asking non-functional testing tools. So
Yeah, I have to learn all. No other option. That's what see. Where I come from is a company who actually created Selenium. I work for ThoughtWorks, so the company who created Selenium, right? So we do the QA practices a lot. Okay, and what I always hear from the community is, so we're not getting the right people, though we are looking. Is always the point I was hearing. So that's where I just wanted to tell from the hearings I had. By the way, that's.
to share you the one thing, so when I got this job in one of the company, they asked about that Cucumber framework and different framework. But
Hmm.
when I started onboarding into the project, when I start working, they don't have necessity to incorporate these frameworks in this project. But
Hmm.
when they're interviewing, they're asking all those things. But we didn't have a chance to incorporate all those frameworks and all. So
Hmm.
that's what the problem.
Hmm.
They are asking the skills, but the project itself does not have that much of ability to incorporate these skills.
Yeah.
So that's so definitely this DevOps will help the QA engineer to for future prospect to upgrade this.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi Raghu. This is Kritik.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I am working in one MNC for
Mm.
past 2 years. I am a .NET developer. Now I'm currently planned to switch into DevOps.
Okay.
So is it possible, like if I can attend any interview in saying like I have a 2 years experience in DevOps, if I have been
Yeah.
land?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. One more thing is like I have seen your syllabus.
Mhm.
In Kubernetes, you are in I mean you are deploying through Minikube, but it will be in real time project. They will be using Minikube. Right? It's like an
But not using Minikube anywhere anymore, by the way, not anywhere anymore. If it is there in the syllabus, I need to correct it, by the way. So we are doing we're directly starting with the EKS only. We don't do with Minikube anyhow. Minikube is also earlier it was thought only just to save the cost aspect, because just running the EKS cluster is a bit costly for at least for some time. So just to save the amount only, we took that path for some time. But anyhow, later that money is not bringing much value. So we realized to move on to
yeah,
the
yeah. I
direct.
also thought like Minikube means like instead of installing three virtual machines we are using in that Minikube. That's what I'm thought to ask you.
Right.
And one more thing is like, can you briefly tell like in which CI/CD deployment you are going to be? It's all in only Kubernetes.
Yeah, it's going to be in Kubernetes with GitHub Actions
Yeah, sure. That's on my note.
and
Thanks,
Argo
Raghu.
and Argo CD, yeah, for GitOps purpose.
Oh, okay, okay, Raghu. Thanks.
Raghu, Krishna again here.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't have any technical questions at this moment, but I just want to
Mhm.
understand. So since I'm working in like a night shifts, so
Mhm.
mostly I don't attend the classes on a regular basis.
Okay.
So watching records really help me, or should I have to attend live classes?
No, you don't need to disturb your schedule, by the way. So, but after once you wake up, your recording will be readily available. You watch it, and if you have any questions, make sure you address those particular things in the lab session.
Okay, so like, what is the minimum time required? Like every day I have to practice. Like how many hours I have to practice in day life?
See, do as much as possible. Don't take discounts. Like,
Okay,
don't limit, by the way. So, do as much as possible. Okay.
okay,
Um, for at least for 6 months. Okay. Any one of you, not only to you, by the way, any one of you, 6 months, you forget everything, by the way. So, you just do only one thing, that is learning. It will
okay,
transform your life to a different way.
okay. So as I said, I can't attend the class on a regular basis. So how the QA sessions is going to happen? Like, is it on weekly basis or
Daily,
after the class?
daily 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay. Any time in between, you can come.
Okay, 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. Okay, okay. Yeah. So last question, like when I was watching all the development like DevOps tutorials on YouTube or Udemy, always like all the people were saying DevOps, not DevSecOps. So when I research in ChatGPT, I find DevOps is little easier than DevSecOps. So since you are only covering like DevSecOps, so like how it's gonna be? Will it's gonna be the real tough one, or else I have to choose learn first DevOps, then I have to come to DevSecOps?
See, unfortunately, this is my view, by the way. So please
Uh-huh.
ignore completely if I'm not wrong as well. Okay.
Okay.
The most of the content creators who actually doing it are not actually working people. That is the problem. Either they have worked and quitted, okay, or they have not worked with a enterprise organizations.
Okay.
And okay, so the level of talk they will make is generally like uh, I mean, see, end of the day, Jenkins, if I teach, other person teach, what is the difference? Nothing. It's same only. Okay, no difference at all. But however, when you're actually trying to apply the same thing with a small program versus a massive applications or massive scale, is the difference what you'll get it as an experience, by the way, right?
Right. Right.
That is the only difference I can talk here. End of the day, if I need to differentiate my training with others, by the way, so you just make sure that whether they're talking about the enterprise grade or not. I come from an
Mhm.
enterprise only. Okay, I deal with financial sector. At least I've been dealing it from last 10 years. Been working only with the banking sector, and even had an experience dealing with to an extent, it's in the, worked with UPI based applications as well with NPCI. So this is a different game all the way. Okay. What you look into the financial sector, the way you operate. Okay. So you will not see it in the other side of the things, other world, by the way. And they don't know to talk as well. That is the only thing. See, someone came in asking about the cyber security thing. I was able to ask, like, what are you doing? And I was able to tell because I know what's they're doing, right? So because I also come from that background. Okay. So that is the difference. Only difference will make it. And to simple answer your GPT answer, it is difficult. I don't think so, but seriousness will be there. That seriousness always makes the things difficulty only.
Okay.
Right. If you want to do walking for one day, happily you can do, but the seriousness every day, 365 days, then it is a difficult job.
Yeah.
One day walking is
Right.
different. So that's where is always I'm talking about is, even in the demo also, we're making you to imagine there are big things, even though you don't get the big things, that's a good thing. Okay.
Right.
But don't go with a relaxing mode into the interview. Yesterday only 41 people came for my interview drive, all 41 rejected and I went out.
Okay.
Okay, because it's very simple, by the way. Even though they are working, they're not focusing on what they're working. Okay, they're not really interested in learning. The problem with the Gen Z batch is this only. I also have my own team members is extremely talentful, but they don't work. Okay.
Okay.
Right. So it's all about the mindset and different aspects are there. So just to summarize your question, so DevSecOps is essential for any company, by the way. Any normal company also, they can't relax on the security in today's world,
Right.
because data is very important and things related. So they can't relax. So which is essentially important. We need to take it up. And when you take it up, what is the only difference when we make with them is only the experience. I'm still a working guy. I'm just doing only the trainings for part-time purpose. Okay. Only just having certain passion that, at least if one person comes in with an interest, at least we should be able to educate him. Is the only thing we are actually running.
So in simple terms, it's like an add-on, like security is an add-on to our DevOps from your codes, right?
Mandatory add-on. You can think of.
Okay. Yeah, got it. So yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Raghu. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Currently I'm working as a Windows and VMware administrator. I have around 3 years of experience in it. My work is predominantly BAU activities, and 30% of it is like vulnerability patching. So I'm seeing I want to transition my career into this DevOps. Like as you mentioned, the course is like 4 months, right? We are dealing with this project also like 4 months.
Yeah.
My question is that after the completion of this training, will I need to apply as as a fresher or as an experienced guy? Could you please clarify on this?
Yeah, you can go with an experience, by the way. So saying, okay, so I've been doing this. And when they ask you the question, the learning that you did it from the training will help you in answering them.
Yeah, the question is like that one only. What you are learning in this training, right? It will be enough to satisfy or clarify all this
Yes.
kind of student.
Correct.
Yeah. Thanks, Ravi. Thanks.
Okay, I don't see any more questions.
Hi, Raghu.
Yeah.
Raghu, can you please share that what all projects you are going to cover? No?
We're going to cover one project only. That you will see it in the training. In the first week only, you will see. No problem.
Okay, Raghu, thanks.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, all right. If no questions, then we can wrap it up and we'll meet in tomorrow's session. So tomorrow, 7 o'clock in the morning, we'll meet. Yeah. Thanks, everyone. See you in tomorrow. Bye. Good day.